Welcome to the channel. This is Oblivion, and we are having a crazy night. We got a Faye channel, and now we have the banner reaction. It did come out pretty late, so I didn't get to put them together, so they're going to be two separate videos, but let's go ahead and check this out and see what these units actually have. Oh man, I'm just way too excited now. I'm like hyped up. Okay, let's see what they have. Let's see. These are like some heroes I actually like too, so I'm pretty happy. So Chez is first. Here we go. His art looks great.
Swordsmanship?
Rising Mercenary.
There's nobody I could point
Sword
to
Infantry, so he's gonna have some stiff competition. Wonder if he gets a brave weapon. He does have a brave weapon. Okay. So we have Crimson Blades, grants speed +5. Inflicts speed, defense, okay, yeah, it's a brave weapon. Unit attacks twice. At start of combat, the following effects will occur based on unit's HP if greater than 20%. Okay, so you have to have more than 20. Okay. Grants special cooldown charge +1 to unit per attack. Only highest value applied. And also, if greater than 40%, reduces damage from foes first attack during combat by 40%. Okay, so that's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie, that's a bit weird. So, a lot of times the condition will be like greater than 25%, which is pretty normal. This one's 20 and then 40. So essentially, he'll be able to go and hit twice. And if his HP is above 20%, he's gonna get special charge twice. So he'll be able to like spam 2 cooldown specials, right? He'll be able to hit, then he can hit with like a Ruptured Sky or a Moonbow here. And then the opponent will hit him back if they're alive. And if he's above 40%, he'll reduce that damage, and then he can quad, essentially, right? And he'll come back out. And let's see. Grant special cooldown charge +1 to unit per attack. So, okay. So then he'll get 2 back, so then he can retaliate with the Moonbow. Okay, so I guess you want to use 2 cooldown specials, probably. That's a very unique weapon, very cool. I don't know how like meta-defining that will be. I think it's like a very solid weapon. And he's probably going to be really fast, so he's going to like be built to quad. We did get the speed defense version of the Bulwark skills, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure exactly who would want to use this, though. I'm trying to think. Like, maybe I could use this on Duo Ike. Maybe, right? It gives the stats he wants from the B skill. The low is really good, but the extra healing would be nice, too. So, overall, I think Chez is a pretty solid unit. Definitely usable. I don't know if he's gonna like be meta at all though, because brave weapons are really good. At the same time, I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough. Here we go. She's gonna explode him with 1 hit though. He's not gonna even do the double. Okay. Here's Monica. Her art looks so good. Wow, her art looks amazing. Like, Yo Kanzawa did a phenomenal job. So we have a Blue Tome Infantry. Okay, another one. We do have a preference. Speed Res Tempo 3. So me and Levin were talking today about re-refines, and we were all talking about Speed Res Tempo 3 as well, because we're discussing Brave Lif Scythia. So I feel like me and Levin kind of like willed this into existence. I feel, yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit of credit. It feels pretty good. Okay, so we have Wind Genesis. Accelerate special cooldown -1 at start of turn. If unit's HP is greater than 25%, attack and speed +6, and Desperation to unit for 1 turn. Okay, so it's just normal Desperation, right? At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than 25%, grants another attack and speed +6 to unit during combat, and inflicts penalty on foes. Speed and resistance during combat equals 11 minus foes max special cooldown count value ×2. Minimum penalty of -3. Okay, huh. So let me read this one more time. So at the beginning of the turn, if your HP is above 25%, you get a visible attack and speed +6 and a desperation status effect, which is very relevant for Brave Crom, right? That means he can take that. And then in combat, she'll get attack and speed +6, and then she'll also inflict a penalty on their speed and resistance. So if their max cooldown is what, 5, it would be 11 minus 5 × 2, so it would be 1, but the minimum is 3. So if it's 2, it would be 11 minus 2 × 2, so it'd be 4, so it'd be a 7 penalty. Okay, that's kind of cool. So she's better against units with low special cooldowns. Okay, that's interesting, very unique. And then we have Speed Res Tempo. This is very, very valuable, very great skill for a lot of mages, especially Brave Lif Scythia. If you saw my discussion about that unit, you know that this is one of the skills I was talking about that would really like escalate her and elevate her to another tier of power. So this is the first step. The only thing she really needs is Flare, which is that damage reduction piercing specials. When she has that, she's gonna skyrocket in value. That's gonna be one of the best units like in the game, probably. Well, she'll be very high up there at least. Either way, Monica looks really good. Very solid blue mage. We've been getting a lot of them though. We have just got like the remakes for Legendary Julia. We just got Legendary Deirdre. But she does look very good. There's Desperation Effect. Oh wait, so you don't need... Oh, okay. So this Desperation Effect is more like the one on Duo Byleth. You don't actually have an HP condition attached to it. Very good. Wow. Okay. Here's the Ascended Hilda. I am excited and also mad. Very excited because I like Hilda. Very mad because Felix still is in the game. And we have 4 Hildas. 4. Like, jeez. If you're a Hilda fan, you are eating good. Her art looks phenomenal though. So good. This art is just amazing. Okay, so we have Fuming Freikugel. I butchered that, but that's fine. Special cooldown -1 at start of combat for allies within 2 spaces of unit. If the ally has defense greater than unit's defense, or if units has not entered combat during the current phase, grants +3 to all stats and reduces damage from foes' first attack by 20% to those allies during combat. Okay, that's interesting. So she still has this weird gimmick. She's a very weird gimmick unit. So at the start of combat for other allies within 2 spaces, if their defense is greater than Hilda's defense, or if she hasn't entered combat yet, so one of the two, they'll get +3 to all stats and then 20% damage reduction. I'm pretty sure this is damage reduction that can be pierced though, but either way, that's really powerful. That's obviously very good. Then we have at start of unit's combat, if unit is not within 2 spaces of any allies with more defense than Hilda, or if unit is not adjacent to any ally. Okay, so that's much easier condition. So that's solo is a very much easier condition than the other one. She'll get attack and speed +6 to unit during combat. She reduces damage from the foe's first attack by 40%. That's pretty nice. And she'll deal damage equal to X% of unit's speed when special triggers. X equals unit's max special cooldown count times 10 plus 20. Wow. Talk about a unit. Holy crap. So she's going to have that true damage special effect like Brave Erica. But she's also going to get damage reduction like Brave Erica. She's going to get attack and speed +6, which is really nice. But the cool thing is she's also a support unit. So like she's not only going to be a very powerful combat unit, I think she also has a ton of powerful support. Getting +3 to all stats and the damage reduction is really nice. Because it's not a visible like +3 to all stats. It's in combat. So very, very cool. Very powerful. Wow, this is actually a really good unit. And then let's see, we have a new B skill, Velocity. If unit speed is greater than foe speed, it reduces damage from attacks during combat and from AoE specials. But okay, so it's speed-based damage reduction, but it also has neutralizes effects that inflict special cooldown charge -X on unit. Holy crap! Wow, that's really, 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 really good. Oh my gosh, that's phenomenal. That's like the best special speed-based damage reduction special or B skill we have, right? Like that's really strong. Like Spurn was cool for the 5 true damage, and like Frenzy was cool for like the Desperation 2 effect, but this is like actually very valuable. Like this on Fallen Ike would be really good because it can just make sure that he gets those ethers off. That's invaluable fodder. That's phenomenal. This unit is looking great. Definitely impressing me by a lot. The background of the art looks so good. Oh my gosh, the eye, it reminds me of like Lord of the Rings. Cool little attack animation. Okay, and then we have our first rearmed hero with Lif, whatever. Let's check him out. They're really going back to book 3 with the music. His art looks so good. We did get this art like leaked before the Tempest trial.
But I feel nothing.
He is a sword cav, which has become very stiff competition. Okay, so we have Arcane L something I can't pronounce. We have special cooldown -1 at start of combat. If your HP is greater than 25%, inflict attack and defense -6 on foe during combat. You make a guaranteed follow-up attack. Foe cannot make a follow-up attack. And you inflict special cooldown charge -1 on foe per attack. And this is inheritable. This is inheritable, guys. This is inheritable. Oh my gosh. Wow, this is so good. I gotta think about who this is gonna be best on. Because this is like really, really, really powerful. like you're getting essentially +6 attack, +6 defense, and +6 resistance. So like you're not getting speed, which is something to note, but you're getting a guaranteed follow-up attack, you're denying theirs, and you're inflicting guard on them. This is a really, really good weapon. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is inheritable. It's like blowing my mind actually, how good this is. And then he has Open the Future, which is a very solid special still, right? It's very good. It's going to be 2 cooldown. And then with Deadly Balance, when he gets hit, he's going to retaliate with it. It has healing and a bonfire built in. Very good. Attack Defense Clash 4, which is solid. You're going to be able to get up to 10 attack and defense. And you're going to be able to neutralize your penalties to attack and defense. So this is going to be really good on a unit like Legendary Sigurd, right? A unit who wants to move a lot. So that's awesome. And then Deadly Balance actually isn't a bad preference skill. It's not like phenomenal, but it's going to give you some more stats, which she could use. It's also going to give that special acceleration on the foes attacks, so it's not the best, right? It's like Brave Dimitri's weapon or like Owain's weapon. So he kind of does want to get hit so that he can retaliate with Open the Future, because if he attacks, it's going to be like 1, and then he'll get hit for 2. So it won't really make much of a difference there. And then we have Attack Defense Menace. The very good thing is, right, this unit looks very solid. I don't think he's like obviously as good as, let's say, Legendary Nana or Brave Selith, but I do think he's very solid, very good unit. The inheritance, though, the inheritance on this unit is just stupid, right? That weapon itself is valuable enough where you're going to want to inherit that. So you could either pick up the weapon and the C skill, Attack Defense Menace, or you could pick up Attack Defense Clash 4, which really sucks. I hate that with a burning passion. We really need to be able to inherit 5 skills already. Like, it's way past due the time that should happen. If we don't get that anniversary, I'm going to be very annoyed, to be honest. Because, like, right here, what you really want to inherit is the weapon and Attack Defense Clash 4, obviously. Either way, the fact that this weapon is inheritable is game-changing, and I'm super excited to see what comes next, right? We're going to get a Lance version, probably. We're going to get, bows and tomes and everything. This can just kind of give the game a second life in a lot of ways, because the game has become the point where you're like kind of just waiting for alts for your new favorite unit, or for your old favorite unit even. And so like with these, you can like actually just give it to your old favorites, and it makes them relevant again. Like, that's just phenomenal. That's what I've been wanting for the longest time. Now, if you did watch my update video, I did mention that you can't use preference skills with this weapon. So I guess the Rearmed unit is kind of like the exception, right? Because obviously he has 2 preference skills here. He has Open the Future and Deadly Balance. But let's say you give this to Legendary Ike, he won't be able to use Radiant Ether 2. So it is a downside for sure, and I think it's a way to just keep those units who have very powerful preference skills like in check, essentially. So that they're not just going to keep updating weapons every time a new Rearmed hero comes out. And instead, this is more of a way to update older units and give them some more power. Okay, let's keep going. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say anymore. This is a massive, I did not expect this at all, right? Like, this came out of literally nowhere. It's one of the best updates we've gotten to the game. There's Monica, Hilda. We know Host is free, and so is female Chez. So that's awesome too, right? That's like, that's 80 Dragon Flowers at least. And we know that Host has a preference weapon as well. There's the Florette. We already knew that. They're going to show the new Rearm thing, which is so cool. The fact that you don't lose the unit is just phenomenal. And then we get 2 sparks. So, like, if you want to, you could pick up the Rearmed hero and your favorite. You could pick up the Rearmed hero and Ascendant Hilda, like I probably will. Overall, this banner looks really strong, and I think all the units are pretty decent, at least at the very least. I don't think there's any meta-breaking units on this game, but I do think that the arcane weapons are, like, meta-influential, right? Just the fact that we can bring old units back into the game is one of the best changes they've made. I'm very, very happy with it. So overall, this banner does look pretty good. I'm going to be summoning on it. Absolutely. There's no way I can skip a banner like this. And if you have a unit who can take advantage of that new arcane weapon from Rearmed Lif, I kind of recommend pulling here. Like, honestly, usually I won't recommend pulling. Like, I will pull myself because I'm a whale. But, like, if you're not whale, usually I'll say, save your orbs for mythic banners, legendary banners, whatever you need to, like, be more competitive, or your favorites. But in this situation, I think this actually might be worth it, as you're essentially getting free skill inheritance and a chance to bring back one of your favorite old sword units into like meta relevance, or being able to use them in game mode. So I do think this is possibly worth pulling. I'll probably do a video on who the best users are of that new weapon, but I'll have to get to that like after this, obviously. Anyways, I'd love to hear your opinions on this banner. Which unit are you most excited for? How do you feel about rearmed heroes, and are you going to be pulling? If not, let me know what you're saving for. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and keeps the content coming out. This has been Oblivion, and I'll catch you all later with more Fire Emblem Heroes.